So one of our clients had their Instagram account hacked with over 50,000 followers, just completely gone overnight. They actually held it for ransom and he had to pay just to get it back. And the scary part is that this could happen to you, like today. Your Instagram, your YouTube channel, your entire audience could just be gone and there's nothing that you can do about it because you don't actually own any of it. I'm Chelsea, and over the last 5 years, I've been helping course creators move their businesses off of platforms that hold them hostage and into Kajabi, where they can actually own what they build. And today, I'm going to tell you 3 things that you can own when you build in Kajabi that you don't actually own on all these other platforms. And these 3 things are the difference between having a real business and just being a renter on someone else's land. If you're new here, welcome. If you don't know already, I am a Kajabi specialist and I help online course creators navigate the tech and strategy behind building profitable, sustainable digital product businesses. And a huge part of what's making sure that you actually own your business and not just renting space on someone else's platform. So if that's what you're here for, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. Now, if you want to check out Kajabi for yourself and see what it's like to actually own your audience, your content, and your revenue, I have a 45-day free trial link in the description. You can test drive anything inside of the Kajabi account. There's a few limitations, but you can get a really good overview of what Kajabi has to offer. And when you sign up with our link, you're going to get some exclusive bonuses that are just from us that will help you to get started. You can check out all of the details for that in the description. Okay, let me tell you the full story about that client that I had mentioned earlier. So they had actually spent years building their Instagram account, like over 50,000 followers. They had consistent engagement. They were showing up every single day, creating content. They were building relationships. And then just one morning, one of the owners, he woke up and he couldn't log in. Their account had been hacked. The hacker was holding it for ransom, demanding money to give it back. So he had like 2 choices. He could either pay the ransom and hope that the hacker will actually give the access back, or he could lose everything and have to restart his entire account. Okay, so they paid, they got the account back, but here's what kept them up at night after that. They realized that even though they got their account back, they still didn't really own it all because Instagram did. And that could happen again tomorrow, or the account could get flagged or shut down, or the algorithm could just change completely and their reach would totally disappear. Now, here's the good news. That client actually already had been building their business in Kajabi. So even though their Instagram got hacked, their content was safe. Their email list, it was safe. And their paying members, they were safe. If they never got that Instagram account back, their actual business would have been just completely fine because everything that mattered was protected inside of Kajabi. That's the difference between owning your business and renting it. And this isn't just an Instagram problem. It's happening everywhere. YouTube, they demonetize channels without any warning. Udemy, they change pricing and you have no say in that. And Facebook, it kills organic reach. TikTok, they randomly shift content priorities and then suddenly your views drop like 80%. So these platforms, they own your audience. They own your content. They own and control your revenue. And most creators don't even realize how vulnerable they are until something goes wrong. So let's talk about what you need to own to actually have a business that's protected and a business that you can say is yours. So the first thing that you need to own is your audience. And I'm not talking about follower counts. I'm talking about real contact information like names and emails and a place where you can control the relationship. So here's the problem with those platform-based audiences like Instagram and Facebook. Your audience actually lives on them. So they live on Instagram, they live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and you don't actually own them. And the platform does. So if my client hadn't built their email list in Kajabi, they wouldn't have had any way to reach those 50,000 plus people when their Instagram account got hacked. So they would have had like no emails, no phone numbers, just usernames on a platform and they couldn't access it. Even if your account never gets hacked, the algorithm decides whether or not the content gets seen. So you could post something today and 5% of your followers even see it if you're lucky. And then there's nothing you can really do about it, right? And Instagram keeps changing algorithms, like same with TikTok, it's shifting all the time. You know, you're constantly kind of scrambling to keep up with all these rule changes, and you don't actually have any say or any control in it. And like if you're selling courses on, say, Udemy or Teachable, or where those students kind of belong in a bit of a marketplace and not to you, you can't really email them directly outside of the platform. And you can't build a relationship with them. They're the platform's customers who happen to be taking your course. But with Kajabi, you own your audience. You can actually collect real contact information through your own branded landing pages and opt-in forms. You can get their names, you can get their emails, and all of it goes into your database, not Instagram's, not YouTube's, yours. So this email list is in Kajabi is actually exportable. It's taggable. It's segmentable. So you can reach out anytime you want, and you don't need to have permission from the platform to do it. Now, here's what's really powerful about Kajabi. It has a community feature built right in. So when you set up your Kajabi community properly, your members have a dedicated space where they can connect with you and each other. And it's completely safe from hackers and algorithm changes and platform shutdowns. So there's really no more worrying about whether Instagram's going to show your posts or competing for attention in this crowded feed. Your community, it's yours. Okay, so this is what our client did after he got hacked. They actually started moving their most engaged followers into the Kajabi community. And now when they want to communicate with their audience, they don't have to hope that Instagram is going to show their content to the right people. They just go into their own community that they own, and they know that those people will see their messages. And here's what they actually discovered. The audience that they brought off the social media platforms into the Kajabi community specifically, was way more valuable than their Instagram followers ever were. Like, these people were more engaged, they were more ready to buy, and when they launched a new product or service, they can just sell it faster and with like way less effort compared to trying to sell on social media, because they're talking directly to people who've already raised their hand and said, yes, I want to hear from you. And that's the difference between renting and owning. Your email list and your community, they're your safety net. If Instagram shuts down tomorrow, you still have your people. If YouTube changes their algorithm, you still have your people. You own the relationship and not the platform. The second thing you need to own is your content. So a lot of course creators will upload their courses to YouTube or places like Udemy or Skillshare, thinking that it's safe and that it's easy. And yeah, okay, it's easy, but it's not protected in the way that you think it is. Problem with some of these other platform hosted places like YouTube. Your videos, they can be demonetized or flagged or taken down for violating community guidelines. And even if you didn't even do anything wrong, I see it all the time. And places like Udemy, where most instructors are automatically enrolled in this Udemy Deals program, which means Udemy controls your pricing. And they can actually discount your course to like $9.99. Like, that's $9.99, like, without even asking you first. So you can opt out and set your own prices, but then you lose the promotional visibility. So either way, you can't control whether your course is shown right next to your competitor's course at even a lower price. And on Skillshare, you get paid based on watch time, not what you charge. So Skillshare, it takes all the subscription revenue and it distributes a percentage to the teachers based on how many minutes students watched your content compared to everyone else's. So again, you have zero control over your revenue model or pricing. And the scariest part is if the platform changes its rules or rebrands or decides they don't want your content anymore, it's gone and you have no recourse. But with Kajabi, you own your content. Your courses are hosted in your space under your brand. You set those terms. You decide the layout, the access level, and the pricing and the delivery style, all of it. You're not competing with other creators inside of the platform. Your students, they aren't getting distracted by ads or recommendations for other people's courses. It's your branded experience from start to finish. And if you ever want to leave Kajabi, you can. All you have to do is export your content and take it with you. You're not locked in. You're building a reputation as an expert. You need to protect your integrity of your message. And you can't do that if YouTube is running ads all over your course videos. And you can't do that if Udemy is constantly discounting your courses without your permission. But with Kajabi, your content is delivered exactly the way you intended. No distractions, no algorithm deciding who gets to see it, just you and your students. The third thing that you need to own, and this is a very big one, is your revenue. Most creators don't realize how much of their income they're giving away until they actually sit down and do the math. Okay, so let's talk about what happens when you monetize on other platforms. So Udemy, Skillshare, they kind of take a percentage of every sale, sometimes up to 50% or even more, depending on how the student found your course. So YouTube ad revenue, completely unpredictable. Some months you could have $500, some you might even make just $50, right? And you don't have any control over that. One algorithm change and your income drops. Instagram monetization only works if you have massive reach or brand deals. And even then, it's inconsistent and unreliable. Some platforms, they charge you a monthly subscription and they take a percentage of your revenue. So you're paying them just to use the platform, and then they're taking a cut on top of every sale on top of that. But with Kajabi, you own 100% of your revenue. Kajabi doesn't take a percentage of your sales. You pay a flat monthly fee, and everything you make after that is yours. The only fees that you're going to pay are the standard payment processing fees through like Stripe or PayPal, and that's just like any other business. You get to choose your own pricing model, the subscriptions, one-time payments, payment plans, free trials, bundles, whatever makes sense for your business, you decide. And here's why this matters so much. Consistent revenue equals sustainability. If you can't predict your income, or you're giving away 30 to 50% of every sale, you can't grow a really strong business. With Kajabi, you know exactly where every dollar is coming from and where it's going. You're not at the mercy of an algorithm or marketplace deciding how much you get paid. You control your pricing, you control your revenue, and you control your business. So here's the reality. The next algorithm change is coming. The next platform rule, that's changing too. And the next hack could happen tomorrow. And when it does, will you own your audience? Will you own your content? And will you own your revenue? Because if you don't own your business. You're just building on someone else's property. The creators who are thriving right now aren't playing the social media game better. They've actually stopped playing it altogether. They're building their businesses that are safe from hackers, algorithm changes, and platform shutdowns, and they're aligned with their brand and their values with 100% control of their audience, okay? Their content, the revenue. When you own all three, you own your business, and that is what Kajabi gives you. So if you're tired of building on someone else's platform, and if you're ready to actually own your business and protect what you've built, I have a special offer for you. Right now, you can get Kajabi's growth plan for just $99 per month for your first 3 months. That is their lowest price offer that I have ever seen. This gets you everything that you need to move your audience and your content and your revenue into a space that you actually own. Now, if you want to just test it out and you're not ready to spend any money, you can also use the 45-day free trial. Just know that the free trial does have some limitations compared to the paid subscription, but you can still check out all the main features and see if Kajabi is the right fit for you. And either way, when you sign up through our link in the description here, you're going to get some exclusive bonuses just from us to help you get started. So you can check out all the details in the description. Now, if you want to dive deeper into Kajabi before you make a decision, I have a full playlist for you. On September 16th, 2025, Kajabi rolled out some major pricing changes and they released a ton of new features. But I covered all of it what's included at each price level, what changed from the old plans to the new plans, and all the new feature releases that came with those new updates. You're going to find that entire playlist on your screen right now. You can go ahead and click that, check it out, and we'll go see you over there.